Hello students, today we are going to study The Striders by A.K.Ramanujan. The Striders, the collection The Striders, it's a poem, was published in the year 1966 in England. A.K. Ramanujan was an alien to the English cultural milieu, being born in a traditional family. He suddenly found himself confronting the cultural aesthetics of an extremely different ethos. Critics opine that his alienation made him shy away from Romanticism. The Striders is a slim and elegant collection of over 40 poems. The title poem, The Striders, refers to a symbolic, long-legged aquatic insect, and it is used here as a metaphor by the poet. The metaphor, that is the strider, stands for a man who fails to get things. This is the strider. It's a long-legged aquatic insect. And the poem contains just 2 stanzas. And this is the first stanza. I am reading out the poem for you. And search for certain thin-stemmed, bubble-eyed water bugs. See them perch on dry capillary legs, weightless on the ripple skin of a stream. So the Striders is included in the very first collection of the poems by A.K. Ramanujan. The Striders is one of the finest poems of the poet, which opens a scope for a deconstructive analysis in relation to the poets of Indian sensibilities. The strider may be a small insect. So I have already shared the image of the strider. See, this may be a small insect, but the poet delineates it from different angles. So he gives meaning to this strider in a different way in this poem. And this causes explosion of thoughts for the poet. If you see in the first stanza, this first stanza is all about the strider's physical description. So the striders, that is the insect's physical description, is given in the first stanza. See, it is thin-stemmed, it got thin-stemmed, bubble-eyed, dry capillary legs which are weightless. So I am reading out the poem again for you. And search for certain thin-stemmed, bubble-eyed water bugs. See them perch on dry capillary legs, weightless on the ripple skin of a stream. So the poet makes it a point of exploration. So the poet makes this insect a source of ideas. The poem begins with the line, and search. So this and, the conjunction and refers to the multiplying ideas. See, where do we use this conjunction and? To multiply ideas, to include, to add more ideas, we use and. Here, the poet uses the conjunction and in the beginning of the poem. So it refers to the multiplying ideas, some of which may be known and rest may be unknown. And see the second word, and search. So the search itself stands for an exploration. Understand? So the poet makes it a source of ideas. That is, he makes it a point of this poem, the strider, a point of exploration. So the word search in the beginning, the first line of the stanza stands for an exploration, and search for certain thin-stemmed, bubble-eyed. So the strider is described as bubble-eyed. Bubble is a ball of air in a liquid. You might know. So it's a ball of air in a liquid, or a delicate hollow sphere floating on top of a liquid or in the air. So the aquatic insect's eyes are aptly compared to bubbles. So here the strider's eye is compared to bubble for certain thin-stemmed, bubble-eyed water bugs. So the strider's eye, the aquatic insect's eyes, the strider's eyes are compared to bubbles. That is why it is bubble-eyed water bugs. See them perch. So the writer or the poet saw these bugs, the striders, sitting. See them perch. Perch means to sit on or near the edge of something. So the poet happens to see the striders sitting on where? On with their dry capillary legs. That is, dry capillary is thin legs. The legs were weightless, or they were sitting on, the bugs, the striders were sitting on the ripple skin of a stream. So what is this ripple? Ripple is a small wave on the surface of water. So the striders, the poet happens to see the striders sitting on the ripple is a small wave on the surface of water of a stream. I show you the image. See, like this. This is the image, water strider. So they were sitting. They have not submerged their legs. So you can see thin capillary legs sitting on this perch. See them perch on dry. So the legs were dry. They are not submerged into the water. The legs were dry capillary legs, and they are weightless, and it sits on ripple skin of a stream. And as I said, the word search, it stands for an exploration. And the poet describes the water bug as bubble-eyed, and thereby he makes it dynamic, not static. So hence the comparison here is man's problem or his condition is also like the bubble, very much short-lived. Problems, problems, they happen, they come and they go. The poet refers to human ideas perching on capillary legs. Human ideas coming and going on capillary legs. The poet may be also referring to the force of globalization through the words, ripple skin of a stream. So stream is actually the symbol of universal change and of time. So water bug is used here as a symbol of permanence. So this is the water bug strider. So this is used here as a symbol of permanence. And now we'll move to the second stanza. No, not only prophets walk on water. This bug sits on a landslide of flies and drowns eye deep into its tiny strip of sky. So this is sky. I'm reading it again. No, not only prophets walk on water. This bug sits on a landslide of flights and drowns I deep into its tiny strip of sky. So here, if you see, the poet in the second stanza, the potentiality of the insect is actually heightened by the poet by comparing to prophets. So, insect used to walk on water easily without being sunk. That is, it's a simple thing. So, here he makes a comparison. It's an allusion. He says, no, not only prophets, even this insect can walk on water. You can watch the image again. So, just see, this image can walk on water. So, as I said, this is an allusion to Jesus Christ walking on water. So, Jesus is depicted as, this incident is depicted as one of the miracles of Jesus recounted in the New Testament. This incident happens after Jesus feeding 5,000. Jesus sent the disciples by ship back to the other side of the Sea of Galilee, and while he remained behind alone to pray. So night fell and the sea arose as the ship became caught in a wind storm. And after rowing against the wind for most of the night, the disciples saw Jesus walking on the water. So this is the actually episode, and here the striders, these insects, are compared to prophets. So Jesus Christ's disciples, they saw Jesus walking on the water. They were frightened, thinking that they were seeing a spirit. But when Jesus told them not to be afraid, they were reassured. So here the poet is speaking about the power of human being. The poet says that, see, who sits on the landslide of flight? So means man is even capable of going deep into the mystery of light or universe. And this stanza also, it has a touch of irony here. With the growth and development of science and technology, moral strength of human beings has not increased. It is rather gone down. So hence the strider is not just a strange small insect. Through this insect, the strider, the poet refers to the human being who is very powerful in every aspect. Human being has not only conquered light but also the sky. So, striders, if you see, is actually the New England name for the water insect, as mentioned by the poet himself. So, there is another symbolic implication in it. That is America, which in its early stage of formation as a nation was called New England, which stands for adventure, exploration, and sense of freedom. So here we see this strider, the insect, as a sense of adventure or exploration or freedom. So the poem has an ironic undertone. The poet also has a high sense of wonder towards the West. So hence the poem is not just an account of the achievement of the West, but also the contemporary feature of India in each and every field against the background of a large and glorious past. And it is a frustration of contemporary time which led to anxiety. So the strider's diasporic existence, the insect which neither sings nor stops, floats and roams everywhere. To belong somewhere in a continually changing river is a metaphorical assertion of his own